Welcome to the RVerTV Too Cool for School course program. In this one, we're going to talk about types of RV. Which one do you even want to start with? My personal experience with this is I started with a Class A motorhome, a very old one. Then after that, I sold it, moved on to travel trailers, fifth wheels, diesel pusher motorhome, Class C motorhome, and I ended up with, guess what? A Class A motorhome in the end. So there's all different styles, all different types. It depends on what you want to do. If you're going to go full time, weekend camping with the family, it all depends. Will my pickup truck be big enough to pull a travel trailer? All of it. So in this course, we're going to discuss that. Let's figure it out now. Okay, here we go. One of the number one questions I get all the time: what's the best RV for me? What kind of RV should I get? Well, let's find out. All right, check this out. This is my RV selector. This is by Jayco. They put out a lot of rigs they're manufactured, but this is a perfect guide to go by. Look at this little micro trailers. These guys are so easy to tow. You can get into about any place with them, on beaches, campgrounds, near lakes. They are a little pricey though. Some of them even have a tiny little slide on them, but they got everything in them. They got a fridge, stove, restroom, all that. Then the next step up would be a travel trailer. Once again, these are a bumper pull. A bumper pull means you're towing it from the rear of your tow vehicle, and it adds extra weight to the back end of the vehicle. So you're going to need a decent sized truck, at least 3/4 ton to a 1 ton truck to haul one of these guys. But they got multiple slides on them. They're air conditioned. They're really nice. They don't have a lot of height headroom in them, but they are great. And once again, you can get most of these travel trailers in a campground. Then you get up into the toy hauler. Now these are more for beaches, going out four-wheeling. These are outdoorsy type trailer. They can haul a ton of weight. You can put your off-road vehicles in the back, motorcycles, four-wheeler, all that. They are a fifth wheel design. Fifth wheel means they're towed in the center of the bed of the truck, which distributes the weight so much better. And but you're kind of limited. They are big. Some campgrounds won't accept a trailer over 30 feet. So that's something you got to check, but that's not too often. Then you're getting into the regular fifth wheels. Now these are like a roaming apartment. I mean, they're high ceilings. They got ceiling fans. They got multiple slides. These things are built for comfort. They weigh a lot. You need a decent sized truck. Most of them, you need a 1 ton truck to pull them. But they are very, very comfortable to stay in. And also, these fifth wheels like this, the toy hauler and the fifth wheel, they hold their value. They really do a lot better than most of the pull trailers. They won't drop in value so much. But a fifth wheel is, if you're full-time in it and want to stay in an RV park, that's the way to go. Right there, nice big old fifth wheel. And then you have your tow vehicle to run around town. We'll get into that later in another section here. Then you got your park models. These are designed to set up just like a mini home in parks. They're not designed really to tow down the road. They're designed, you can move them. Say like you're going to be in a location for 6 or 8 months. These are perfect, and you tow it to another location. But these aren't really a travel type rig. They're built like a house, so they're very, very comfortable. Then you get into the motorized RVs. Here's a Class B van. It's fully contained, got the air conditioners, tiny little bathroom, bed set up, kitchenette. Has a tiny shower in them. They are pricey. Most of them run in the $100,000 range. But these are the type of rigs that if you want to see the country, this is it. This is the way to go. Then you're getting into, say like you have a family and you're going to be hauling the kids and the dogs and everything, you might want to consider a Class C. Class C is very accessible. You can get into almost any campground with them. Same way with the Class B, you can get into campgrounds with them, about anything, along beaches and lakes and all that. They're small enough you won't hit the restrictions. And you'll have all the amenities. Some even have a small slide on them. The kids' bunk is usually over top and all that. So once again, Class C is a nice way to go. Then what I have is a Class A. Now, Class A's are nice, but they're big. You can't get them in all campgrounds, but they are a traveling rig. If you want to cross country in style, in comfort, this is the way to go. You sit up high, you got the big window up front, and you see the country just like you're sitting in your living room driving. So Class A, I highly recommend. But here's basically all the models of different RVs, but the only one they didn't show in here is a pop-up trailer. But anyway, that gives you a good idea what they are and what kind of RV that you might want to consider to get. Okay. Okay, well, that was a quick look at different sizes, styles of RVs. You know, just a general look. Now, the next big question, do you want to tow the RV? Do you want to drive an RV? What's your next decision? Let's find out. Okay, we're back here in my RV selector. What a great guide this is. Okay, down here it says, how'd you like to get on your adventure? Do you want to drive a rig or you want to tow a rig? Let's look under tow here. With a SUV or minivan, you can tow a small trailer. One of these guys right up here, one of these micros with a small vehicle. SUVs, minivans, whatever. If you want to get into a mid-sized trailer, which is this travel trailer up here, you'll need at least a half-ton, three-quarter-ton vehicle to tow one of those guys, because once you get them fully loaded with all the water and food and clothes and everything, you're pulling some weight. If you're getting into the larger fifth wheels and toy haulers, you definitely are going to need a 1-ton truck for sure, especially when you're going over mountain passes and grades and whatnot. So that's something to consider if you're going to be towing. Now, if you're going to just be driving, then you got back into your Class C's. You know, if it's just you, a Class B will go just fine. You and another person get over here in your Class B. That's touring. For the family, dogs, kids, everything else, Class C, that's 2 to 3, even 4 to 5, you'd fit that. If you're 5 plus, these Class C's get really little in a hurry. You might want to consider a Class A. So those are your kind of thought processes you're going to need when you're deciding whether you're going to tow or drive. All right, now you're going to ask me, Russ, now what the heck after 16 years have you been using? One of each. I started off with a Class A. It was an older one. When I made up Montana, I got rid of it. I went into a pull trailer setup. I first started out a smaller one, then I got a larger one. And that worked for a couple years. After that, I graduated up to a fifth wheel. Now, the only problem I had with the fifth wheel, my truck wouldn't haul it very well. So I got rid of the fifth wheel and ended up going back to a Class A motorhome. And I've stuck with Class A's ever since. I also have a van, a Mercedes van, that I travel in and do the videos for the YouTube. But I still own the Class A, and I will always use a Class A. It just fits me. It fits the way I drive. I like seeing out the big window, heading down the road. Okay, you know, one thing we didn't cover in the last section was truck campers, tents, and pop-ups. The pop-up kind of trailer for camping. So let's dive into that real quick. I'll show you a few examples. Okay, truck campers, we didn't cover that. We didn't cover tents or pop-up trailers either. We're going to do that real quick. Here's just a quick look at some truck campers. You can see they got hard sides with the hard top, where you got the low-profile ones and those just crank up. Those are real popular for hunting, fishing, camping, weekend warriors. With a truck camper setup, you can also tow your ATV. So, and you usually have a pretty heavy-duty truck. Some of these truck campers can weigh pretty good. So, but one like this, pretty lightweight. You can even get away with like a 3/4 half-ton truck. Also low clearance. There you go. Anyway, if you're looking for a truck camper, there's nothing wrong with it. That is still RVing. Okay, moving over to tents. All right, here we go on tents. I don't know a whole bunch about them. I've had them through the years. You can get pretty pricey. Look at that one, $6,000. But tent camping is very popular, especially in the desert in the wintertime. You see a lot of people come in their cars and tent camp in the desert. They even have this one right here. Look at that. You can mount the tent right on top of the car, right on the ski rack. You see quite a few of those anymore, and you see them on pickup trucks too. So tent camping is definitely a part of RVing. Check it out. All right, here's pop-up campers, another one we didn't cover. These are very versatile, very rugged. Look at this, you can really take them out into some very outlying areas. They're expandable, very easy to tow. You can tow one of these with a car. A lot of people do it with Jeeps. Prices on them, you know, some of them, they have air conditioning, they have refrigerators in them. So they're fully set up. This is more of a weekend warrior type thing. You don't see too many full-timers and pop-ups, but once again, here they are. So it is something to consider if you're just going to do a very part-time style of camping or RVing. Consider a pop-up. There's a pretty decent look at a few of the different styles RVs, anywhere from $1 million Class A clear down to a tent. So there's all different kinds. Now let's look at what you need to get in certain campgrounds. Not every campground is equal. If you have a big 40-foot bus style Class A, guess what? You're very limited to where you can put that thing in camp. So let's take a look at that right now. This might surprise you when you Google what size RV fits in a campground. Look at this. 98% of national park campgrounds can accommodate RVs up to 19 feet long. Some are good up to 25 feet. So if you got a 40-foot Class A, guess what? You're going to be very limited to getting in national parks, a lot of state parks, those type areas. So it's not that you can't use them. What you're going to end up doing is staying in an RV park outside of the national park or state park. Then down here, what is the standard RV campsite size? The average size across the nation is 27 feet. Once again, national parks 25 to 30 feet. So if you have a 40-foot fifth wheel, a 35-foot pull travel trailer, 40-foot Class A, a lot of these places you will not be able to get in and camp. And once again, you're going to be over into the RV park arena type camping, which they will fit. This boils down to what type of RVing you want to do. Do I want a full-time, part-time? Where do I want to explore? It doesn't mean you can't go to these places. It's just going to limit where you can stay in that RV. Let's look at RV parks. Most RV parks now can handle any size rig. They're developed. Even the older ones have remodeled to fit big rigs. Because anymore, these big 40-plus foot buses, they come in with the big slides. They take up a lot of room. Big 40-foot fifth wheels. Even the pull trailers. Local campgrounds have expanded. So RV parks, campgrounds can handle almost anything that you could purchase and drive on the road. So you're not really limited. It's basically the national parks, state parks that have the limit size. Also, if you're going to go to beaches and that kind of thing, you might need a smaller like Class C or Class B. But once again, it boils down to what style of RV camping you're going to do. Once again, things change. Like in my years of experience, I've gone from motorhomes to trailers, back to motorhomes. So it all changes over time. homemade RVs, van conversions, school buses, cargo trailers, horse trailers. You name it, you can convert it into an RV. I've done it. I highly encourage it. Let's check it out. Over here on my channel under the playlist, I've converted 3 RVs, and I've really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. It's fun. You can save a bunch of money. Like here's the 2019 Sprinter van I'm currently using on all my YouTube videos. 32 videos on that one. Also, I converted a 2008 van. This van conversion right here, there's 14 videos in that project. Plus, back a few years, I did a cargo trailer conversion. 22 videos on that. Had a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. Took months to complete these projects. But it's great. It's fun. Also adding the solar and all the goodies that go with it. Once again, it's over here on my channel. There'll be links for all these playlists. But also it comes with some drawbacks too. So let's talk about that. Plus you can buy an old school bus for really cheap. And then the conversion, if you're handy at all, can do your own work, you'll save a fortune. You know, the price of RVs, new ones, even used, compared to doing a conversion, it's night and day. This makes RVing affordable when you can build your own. Van conversions, they have kits. You can go from very simple to very expensive. You can get people to build them for you. It's just a different world, but it's a great way to travel. And once again, it makes it affordable, RVing affordable, doing your own conversion. Here's cargo trailers. When I converted out that cargo trailer I had, it took me about 4 months to complete the build, insulating it, putting in different things, solar, all that stuff. But here's the drawback. A lot of parks, DMVs and all that, you need to register your vehicle as an RV. A lot of times for insurance, it depends on your state. Don't shoot the messenger here. But there's a lot of requirements when you convert a vehicle to an RV, especially in a lot of different states. And it's a lot to do with insurance companies, how they insurance, because you're carrying propane, the electrical system in it, and all that. Also, a lot of RV parks will not accept a converted vehicle, mainly due to safety standards. And here's what they look for. They look for the standards and regulations. They look for that tag right here. Every RV that you buy, it has that tag on it, which meets their codes, their electrical and all that, refrigeration, all the safety standards. So that's where you'll run into problems. In general campgrounds, boondocking, all that, you can camp in anything you want. You won't run into that. Where you'll run into a lot of problems, and I have, even with my newer 2019 Mercedes, I've been rejected at a couple campgrounds for it because I did not have that certification on it. So anyway, just food for thought, but definitely if you're going to convert, do it. So there's a pretty decent look at different types of RVs, anywhere from brand new to used. I mean, where do you want? Motorhome, trailer, fifth wheel, tent, converted bus, van, cargo trailer that you convert. I mean, they all have their plus and minuses. And also, if you're just camping with the family, maybe a travel trailer is good for now, but things change. So you might sell that travel trailer and get into a motorhome because you want to go full time on the road. So it's really good to figure out what you want up front if you can. And then you can always grow from there. Like I said in the beginning, started out with a motorhome. I went through all the different ones, and I ended up with a motorhome. So you never know. The whole goal is to enjoy your RVing experience. Okay, thanks for watching.